The following video may contain graphic or disturbing content that is not suitable for all audiences. The events discussed are presented for educational and analytical purposes only. All individuals shown are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Bong. That sound it makes at the end. Let's take those off. I like that intro. I worked hard on that intro.
I know. It's pretty smooth.
I like it. I like it. So here we are, episode 9.
Niner.
So it's 2 months plus 1. That's a milestone.
I like
we've
it.
gotten past the 2-month mark. Obviously, I'm here, right? The Friday morning quarterback, also known as TJ. I don't know that I've ever introduced myself
You have
on
not.
any of the episodes with a name other than the Friday morning quarterback. And then Mrs. Quarterback's over here, but we won't name you.
Well, just call me the Mrs.
The Mrs. Quarterback. She's current law enforcement in an investigative capacity that we don't want to put on camera and potentially cause issues, with any investigations.
Just silhouette me and change my voice like Unsolved Mysteries.
I could do like the what is that guy's name? The horror guy who puts his head up against the wall and
Alfred Hitchcock.
yeah, we could Hitchcock you and just have you against the wall, just a shadow. We can do like a little screen, like what was that movie we watched just the other day? Golden Child,
Oh yeah.
where the snake lady's behind the thing and he's like, "Oh, you play the maracas, huh?" Anyway, so yeah, we'll figure something out. I'm sure. It would be nice to have you kind of on camera and then, be able to see you a little bit without seeing you. We don't want to out you. And then we talked about getting some other people potentially on this as well. So if we do get some local types, we get them in here. And I've got a camera, I've got all this stuff set up, and I'd have to figure out how to get another person on camera that wouldn't cost me a fortune. So I've got some things I can work with. It just won't be the same, won't match the quality of this camera or whatever. So obviously the microphone. This is a new microphone as of this episode, and then we've got the other microphone that we used for previous, I don't know, 7 episodes. Because the first episode I think I used the old mic by myself, but you've got the new microphone over there. I've got the new microphone over here.
We'll call yours Michael.
Michael
phone.
Michael phone.
It's upgraded.
There you go. Okay, I like it. But this is the new one, so hopefully we sound good. We've made some changes to some things here, and office space smells crazy because I've got some new panels on the wall that are doing some sound stuff, and I'm probably going to be high by the end of this episode, so that's cool too. We won't.
I mean,
you might want to wear a mask so you don't get some sort of urine test and pop positive for glue or whatever the hell this stuff is. But
you're positive for Chinese glue.
Chinese factory glue. That's so weird. But anyway, last episode 8, we talked about a lot, and I got 2 screens here, so I'm going to look over at this one because you're over here. So we introduced you again as kind of repeat, so can we call you officially co-host?
Sure.
Are you going to keep doing it?
I'll be the...
Because this was supposed to be a surprise, because at the end of the last episode, you said, maybe I'll be there, maybe I won't.
I'll be the Glenn to your Tom Green.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good... Or what's
Bill.
Conan O'Brien to the other guy? With
Andy.
Andy, yeah, there you go. So that works too. But yeah, so you're back. And again, we're not talking about where you're from and politics and policies and procedures and different things that would conflict with what you do or know or are allowed versus what other departments are. So when we see videos and when we look at these clips and different things, we're not going to say something's right or wrong.
Right.
You're not going to say that your policy is better. We're not even mentioning any of that. And so we leave that out of these episodes.
Well, and anything I say is not reflective of where I work.
Absolutely. We've never done that as a disclaimer, but that is true. And so we want to make sure that every time we do any sort of discussions, whether it be a long episode or even one of the little shorts, that we reflect the fact that those are your opinions. You're not in a capacity right now where you're actively working, you're off. And so here you are.
Here I am.
Cool. And so we have socials, we have everything. I guess I can say now, right? Officially. So that's good. We officially have um, Twitter, which I guess is really X. I think that's a stupid name. I'm sorry. They should have left it alone. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. There's a Discord server. If we get people on there and you want to recommend clips and have us kind of talk about them and discuss things, or maybe it's a topic of discussion, just not video based or anything like that. Now, one thing to think about as we go forward, and that I've put a lot of thought into, is this is a video podcast.
Mhm.
It is supported by a lot of footage.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of showing of clips and things. You benefit greatly by watching this, but if you catch this in an audio format, I don't want you to be left out. So we are going to try and show these clips and talk about these clips in such a way that if you're an audio listener only, you benefit from this as well. And so hopefully that translates, but there's going to be a lot of things where it's like, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Like we
Right.
just can't tell you what we're seeing enough that you can get it. You might have to actually see it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I would love for this to be able to be hybrid enough that it works on both, but this is definitely going to be like an 80% video, 20% audio. And I don't know that I can get that better. Maybe I can do 70-30, but we'll see
Yeah.
as we go along. So anyway, we have the socials. Make sure you guys jump into that. Make sure you follow along on the accounts. There are daily videos that go up, daily breakdowns, daily reactions, daily topics, whatever it is. Those go out all the time. And then every Friday is this full-blown episode that you're seeing today. And these episodes are meant to be more conversational. And yeah, there'll be a little breakdown here and there, and there'll be some, clips shown and different things, but I've changed the format a little bit. And so it was breakdown, breakdown, breakdown. Then it was breakdown, discussion, breakdown.
Mhm.
And now it's going to be clips, breakdowns, clips, discussions, different things kind of all mixed in. And I want a good feel of just things constantly happening while you're watching this episode.
Yeah.
I want it to just be the same thing you can catch on the daily stuff.
Keep them on their toes.
Keep them on their toes, thinking. So the first clip, well, let's do the recaps real quick. So we had two videos and one discussion.
Mhm.
Again, the format changed. And the first video, if you remember, was the Dallas PD shooting. That was the guy walking down the street with the two guns.
Oh, yeah.
And then the officers yelled 156 times to drop
In a
the
row?
guns. In a row. 37? Hey. What did they say? Hey, don't suck any dick on the way to the parking lot when she leaves. That's a Clerks reference, guys. So if you haven't seen Clerks, the original black and white Clerks movie, you need to go see it. If I ever get Kevin Smith on this thing, he has nothing to do with law enforcement, military, or security, but it would be amazing because he's hilarious. So anyway, Dallas PD shooting, yelled at him a bunch of times. He didn't drop the weapons. He lifts the guns up, may or may not have shot, and then they end up shooting him, right? So crazy little clip. And then we talked about canine searches, when it's lawful, when they're allowed to do it, in terms of take the dog, run it around the car, sniff it when they sniff something, what that looks like, what that means, what that's allowed, and we talked about the different Supreme Court rulings on that.
Right.
And then we did the Santa Fe chase. That was the one where he's chasing the car, goes like up on the curb, comes down, somebody bails out of it.
Oh,
At
yeah.
one
And he
point,
sticks with the guy.
He
Yeah.
sticks with the car, and then the truck gets pit like a couple times, and then ends up like wedged, kind of in a entrance
Mhm.
to an apartment complex. They get out, run on foot, jump a fence, and then they get him.
Arrest him behind some grapevines.
Yeah, like somebody's little miniature vineyard or something. So cool little clips, and we're gonna do a few today. Now, the first one we're going to show, I call it an extra clip, but it's just going to be kind of a small little thing that we're going to show.
And again, I haven't seen any of these.
You haven't seen any of these. You can see the notes, but hopefully you're not reading ahead because you're not going to get your true reaction to it. I've watched everything. I've edited some things, and this just happened. This just happened 2 days ago, 3 days ago, and this at least reported happening. It could have happened on the 1st. It could have happened last month, but this it supposedly happened just a couple days ago. This was the submarine sinking of the Iranian ship. Have you seen this video?
No.
Oh, well, you're in for it then. So what this is going to show is it's going to show the periscope view, and then it's going to hit it with the torpedo.
Ooh.
Yes. So they actually show a version of that where the ship is kind of like this, sinking.
Mhm.
So it's a still photograph, but it's sinking backwards. And what it ended up doing, they hit it with a 650-pound torpedo that cost $4.2 million, apparently.
Jesus.
And it was the first kind of confirmed torpedo kill of a ship from the U.S. since World War II.
I was going to say that looked like an old World War II video.
It does. They should spend a little less on the torpedo and a little more on the periscope video, I think, to get a little bit
No,
better.
turn your camera's landscape, guys.
I brought that. Yeah. We brought that up on the podcast before because everybody does their videos like this. Guys, turn the damn thing sideways. Turn the periscope sideways, and we can get a better view of the torpedo. Now, the ship that was sunk is called the Iris Dina, and IRIS. When they say USS this, NCC this, and Star Trek, like all these different things, they all stand for something. That means Islamic Republic of Iran ship, because that's you got to just throw ship in there. But it's a Muj. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Class frigate. 87 people killed, 32 were rescued, and 60 were unaccounted for. In that, yeah, I mean, you assume they're dead.
Yeah,
They probably
right.
sank, so they were probably inside the ship, couldn't get out. But this was again the first confirmed kill. In a lot of the maritime law, a lot of the military law and different things comes from World War II era because that's when all the submarines were running around. The U.S. had theirs, the Germans had the U-boats, all these different things. Now, back in World War II, a German U-boat admiral or something, he was sinking ships, but he would not render aid. And so what they tried to do was they tried to bring him in for war crimes because his ship, when it wasn't in danger, would not render aid. Now, what they found was that that's acceptable. They said that's acceptable, that they don't expose themselves and whatever else. And in this case, the submarine did not render aid, did not rescue people. And honestly, I don't think it's reasonable that a submarine which operates underwater
Right.
comes up out of the water and helps people. Where are they going to put all these people? A submarine is a tin can underwater. Where are they going to go? They
Have
don't
to ride the roof like Teen Wolf.
Yeah, like grab little straps or grab little bars, and you're just going to drag them along through the water or something. Like, what are you going to do? I don't know. So I think it was not unreasonable that they didn't, and that the kind of trick to submarines nowadays is if you air the location of where this happened, then that's reasonable kind of effort to assist.
Sure.
So you sink them, and then you radio to other ships, hey, we just sank a ship. This is where it's at, and let them deal with it.
Sure.
Supposedly that's now legally okay. Now, we're not at war with Iran, but we're at war with Iran. I don't know what you call it. You bomb the
war-ish.
supreme leader there, the guy in charge. They have been bombing other key sites and different things. Iran's been sending drones and missiles back at Israel and U.S. bases and things like that. Is it legal to sink a ship in international waters? Yeah. I don't know either. I don't know the answer to that question either. Supposedly it is. As long as you're in international waters, kind of borderline become piracy.
Yeah.
So does the submarine now be classified as pirates because they sank a ship in international water. I don't know. So that's a wild video for audio listeners. Definitely go research this Iris Dina sinking, and you're going to be able to see the torpedo hit the back of the ship. So it's the back portion of the ship. It launches it up into the air.
Let's play it again.
Well, should I play it again?
Yeah.
All right.
It's quick.
But they're not going to be able,
Right.
if they're audio
I just
listeners.
want to see it.
So it's going to hit the back of the ship, and it's going to launch the rear end into the sky. 650 pounds. That's pretty wild. It looks almost like there's two explosions.
Yeah.
So pretty wild.
Wild.
Yeah. So you don't see that very often because we just don't do, naval battles.
Right.
Like ship versus ship just doesn't happen a lot. It's usually ship firing onto land or, something like that. But
Yeah.
you don't see a lot of that. So cool. Well, whatever. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if you consider that piracy. If you look at the sinking of the ships, the little speedboats, drug boats,
Mm-hmm.
is it piracy if it's international water? I don't know. Is it legal? I don't know. Somebody more certified than me is going to be researching that stuff in courts. I cannot imagine how many hours are going to be put into that.
Someone get on the Discord and tell us.
Somebody, yeah, sure. Hop on there. Let me know. Let me know what you think. I mean, we're all kind of basing this off of information that exists, but there's no official rulings on things present day. Everything is World War II for the submarines and for the drug boats. I don't think we've seen any of that go to court yet to
Right.
see if that's legal. So anyway, this is a pretty shocking video that I'm about to show you. It's very shocking. It will sound shocking because there is we'll call it narrator. It is someone in a gunship that is seeing this. And it's pretty wild that gunships are thousands of feet up in the air, but they can see like the camera is on a street light. It's very close. And so what this is going to be is this is a video out of Iraq. And we're going to do a double clip. So we're going to do this Iraq video, and someone online took the coordinates that the pilot puts out over the radio and plugged it into Google Maps and was able to find the exact location where this happens.
Huh.
And
Technology.
yeah, so if you search for this, I think they give the wrong location. Yeah, like everybody who posts this video gives the wrong location, but this one person put it in and figured out it was near this Dayrat Ari, whatever the hell that is. I can't pronounce anything except Nasiriyah and Fallujah and Baghdad, but supposedly in Iraq, supposedly kind of near this gas station in the middle of the road. But what you're going to see is a little shocking.
Tell you what, man, these guys.
So it's going to speed up a little bit, and then it's going to show. Now, what you're seeing here are guys diffusing an IED.
Oh.
Dude, dude. Holy crap. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Dude. Yeah. Warrior 6, Big Gun 6-2. Go ahead and call Lancer Mike and inform us that Big Gun 6-2, Lancer Mike.
It's going to pan around. You're going to see the
Roger, be
hole.
advised, just got eyes on, you had your militiamen here. They were digging out the 155 round out of the ground. That 155 round has detonated at this time. Vicinity Mike Bravo 11299972.
And that's the coordinates they use to figure it out. But you can see, and I'm kind of like in the way of the video, but giant crater. So it's a 155 millimeter round, like artillery round, and it was put in like an IED. The beginning of the video, I took it out, but one of these guys is actually taking his AK and hitting it, and like trying to dig it out of the ground with the rifle, like the end of the rifle. And these guys are clearly not trained for this type of activity. It seemed like
Not the A-team.
no, and these are like volunteer militia Iraqis that are allies. They're allied guys to us, but yeah, they I cannot imagine were properly trained in EOD disposal, trying to defuse something like this. But we'll get a little bit more of this clip, and then we'll hop to the next one. But nobody survived, as far as I could tell. I couldn't find a lot of information on when this happened, where it happened, other than the location where somebody gave. But I mean, you see nothing.
Nothing left. Get Warrior, see if he's got a medevac.
Wow.
I mean, there's nothing.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
It's the
So-
moon.
it does. It looks like a crater in the moon. A guy hit by an asteroid or a meteor or something. But yeah, so huge explosion. All the guys, and when you look at EOD, and I've seen a lot of video clips. I have no EOD training. I have no bomb diffusal or disposal training or anything like. We just blew stuff up. Like we knew something was there. Let's throw something that blows up at it. So grenades or whatever. But these guys get a lot of training.
Hmm.
They wear suits, and they wear suits in case it blows up. It hopefully won't kill them, but often does a lot of damage anyway. And they usually do it alone. I don't know if you notice
Hmm.
a lot of these kind of US videos where bomb guys are dealing with stuff. They're doing it by themselves. They might leave, another guy might show up or whatever. But in that video, you had guys, 4 of them, like on it, all
Right.
of them touching it, all of them doing things.
Looked like they were making a campfire.
Yeah, and you just don't do that. I don't think you do that.
Well, now with technology, I mean, you have like the robots and all sorts of things you can send in that aren't a group of people.
Right. And I mean, they're not going to have those,
Yeah.
obviously, because it's Iraq and they don't have that kind of technology and whatnot. But, could you blow it up? Could they have just thrown a grenade on it or put some explosives on it and then blew it up, from a distance? It would have made a hole in the ground. Well, it made a hole in the ground anyway, and it killed a bunch of people. So why wouldn't you kind of just step back? But
Unless there's a reason why they thought it wasn't going to explode.
yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. This second clip that's kind of a 2-part to this is based out of Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, the
It's Algonquin for the good land.
that's it. Yeah, there you go. It was not good this day in the sense that there was a suspicious bag left. This is following the Boston Marathon, so at the time post-marathon, and this guy you're going to see was not happy with the time it was taking to diffuse, and might have gotten involved a little bit. This is coming from what was the date I put on there? May 21st, 2018, and it's being posted online like as of a week ago when I first saw this as being from 2023, but it was from 2018. And the character that you're going to see coming into the video is Matthew Hughes. So you see the bags getting pulled, right?
Mhm.
You're trying to get away from things. Now there's your bomb tech, like we talked about. One guy wrapped up in gear. And then here comes Matthew just on his bicycle to get into the bag.
What?
Yeah. And he dumps it, and then they dump him, and tackle him to the ground. He gets arrested for interference,
Yeah.
for, getting in the middle of that stuff. But he
General Karen behavior.
Yeah, he clearly, and we're going to skip back to that. So you've got this guy, and apparently for hours they'd kind of been working on this thing. But this guy's in full gear. I don't see gloves. Look like he didn't have gloves on, but he's dealing with this thing, and he's sketchy enough walking backwards, and he's kind of treating it like it's a real deal. That to just run up on it is probably a bad idea. And so, what he told the news media. He was interviewed after this. So he was charged. I think they dropped the charges eventually, but he was initially charged. He went on the news and said that he wanted to take one for the team.
What?
He wanted to be the guy that goes in there and then just, handles it. He said there's a wild interview of him where he's kind of going through the whole story and going through everything. And he's like, yeah, and if it was ticking, I would have just grabbed it and went down to the river, and I would have just jumped into the river with it. And I mean, he had like this whole thing planned out of how he was going to deal with this bomb by himself.
I mean, we tell people in law enforcement to do your mental scenarios before you get to a scene. But this guy is not in law enforcement. He's just some rando on a bike passing crime scene tape. So be the hero in your head,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, you don't need to be involved if you're not trained. I mean, we saw in the first clip guys that seemed like they probably weren't very well trained.
Uh,
If they're using their rifle to dig out an IED and poking it and it blows up, they're probably not very well trained. So
Right.
Matthew on a bicycle randomly going down there probably shouldn't be messing with bombs or suspected bombs. So pretty wild little clip.
Yeah, like don't pass crime scene tape,
Yeah, yeah.
guys. It's up there for a reason.
If there's crime scene tape, it's a crime scene.
If there's a guy in a big suit
Yeah.
pulling a thing with some fishing wire and backing up as he's doing it, maybe don't start rifling through that thing.
Yeah. Maybe don't throw yourself on top of it like you're trying to save somebody from a grenade.
Right.
Like Captain America, he throws the grenade and he jumps on it. You know, that's not you. So maybe don't do that.
Oof.
So we are now going to fast forward from the first clip, that last clip,
Okay.
and then we're going to go to 2024. This is just now popping up again, kind of on the feeds. I saw this a couple times, and I was like, this is a good clip for me to show because it kind of caters to what I'm doing now.
Okay.
So what I'm doing now, if
Being cute.
no, not that. But what the listeners or the viewers may or may not know, depending on when they come into this podcast, is that I work executive protection. Not all the time, but I do some uniform stuff. I do some plainclothes stuff. I do some employee termination stuff. I do various different things. And I do some residential, whatever. But my goal is executive protection, and that's generally armed, usually armed. I might be a driver. I might be a passenger in a car. I might be part of a team of more than one person, whatever it is. But I'm protecting a person of value, some sort of high value net worth kind of person. And so what you're going to see here is this is Roberto Franco. He is an auditor. And so he, some legal, like IRS people that we have. And he pulls into a parking garage as a passenger. He's got a driver. His driver is armed, and I assume properly trained or has some training in EP work, but it doesn't quite go like anyone would plan, especially Roberto. So here's the clip here. So you see the vehicle pull in, the door opens, Roberto gets out. He's on the phone. You're going to see this guy.
Oh.
Yeah. Now that guy runs out, but he's going to get chased by the EP guy. We're going to pause and talk a little bit about kind of what we're seeing and what's going on here. Now, EP guy, he's in a suit.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his gun. He was in the driver's seat. Passenger got out on his own. Now, when I do EP, we open the door for everybody. We don't let them get out by themselves. We want to be out there. And this guy gets out. Not only gets out, but he's on his cell phone, so he's distracted and he's not paying attention to what's going on, right? Nor maybe should he, because he's
got
not
his EP guy.
He's got his protection. And so we're going to go see the next clip, which is going to be security guy, EP guy, whatever you want to call him, chasing the suspect outside. I don't know if he goes through the front door and then chases him, but the guy runs to a motorcycle. And what you're going to see is a shootout in the street. So there he is from the left. That's the shooter. He gets on the bike. And then EP guy comes from the left, starts shooting. They start shooting back at him. There's a quick little shootout. For some odd reason, this bike is not moving. I don't know if it died, if the rider, the driver, whatever you want to call it, wasn't ready, but he's not escaping very well. You're going to see the suspect get off and get on another bike, which is weird. And I don't know if it's a random person or another suspect. They said there were 4 suspects. I don't know if all these bikes were together, but he's going to take off. The other guy dumped the bike, and then he chases him, gets in a little scuffle, but the guy takes off. And so apparently nobody was caught initially there by the EP guy. Now we're going to go show the guy. So now this is Roberto. What you don't see here is Roberto was shot kind of in the head somewhere.
Oh, well, he's on the phone right here?
Yes. So he was already shot. And what I don't show you is where he kind of falls over. You can see the blood. You can see where he shot. I didn't show that because
Right.
social
YouTube.
media.
Yeah.
Because internet sucks and you can't show real things. You have to dumb everything down. And so he's got like a bullet hole in his cheek
Hmm.
on the left side. So he's talking on the right side. He's got a bullet hole on the left side and he's bleeding. A little blood comes down and is on his suit. But he's kind of just hanging around, just kind of talking on the phone. And it's going to cut out as he starts to turn because I didn't want to get that blood on there.
Yeah.
And then he's going to walk to that desk. I'm going to pause it right here, but he walks to the desk and he falls over, essentially dies there or dies later. But I thought a few things with this clip is interesting and worth talking about from my point of view as somebody that does EP. Now, number one, the vehicle pulls in to the garage. You've got a door that is very slow to close.
Yeah.
So that is something to be concerned about. And I'll even go further back because you can see how slowly that door is closing. And for the audio listeners, you might want to look this video up and see, but he gets out of the door on his own. Again, I don't ever do that. And I've actually not yelled at clients, but I've told them, hey, let me open the door for you. Don't do that again, whatever, because I want to be there. Now, if they're opening the door, they should be focusing outward on threats. And so in this case, he may have, if the EP guy had opened the door, may have been looking that direction. And there might have been a shootout kind of right at those doors. I guarantee there would have been a shootout somewhere.
Yeah.
But he might have been able to use the door as cover a little bit. The EP, the principal, which is your client, he could have thrown him into that hallway, engaged that guy. Then as soon as the guy kind of starts to retreat, grab the principal, the client, and take him somewhere safe. And so that didn't happen here. And I'm not saying what this guy did was wrong. I'm just saying I wouldn't have done it this way. And you see on this clip, he's still in the car. He comes up, he's still in the car, and he starts to get out, maybe right about here. I don't know if the guy was on his phone, if he was kind of dealing with something in the car or whatever. I would have been out.
Right. And that door is still closing.
Now the door's open. Door's still closing, which gives the guy the opportunity to flee. He goes right out that same door he took. And then EP guy's trying to shoot at him.
Now the door's closed.
And then now the door's finally closed and your principal's already shot. Now, fast forward to the outside. Do we, and you don't do EP, but I do. Do I want to be chasing bad guy outside to stop him? Probably not. If he's still trying to engage from the outside, I might want to engage. But if this guy runs away, my first thought is I need to help the client.
Render aid.
Yeah, I render aid. I call for an ambulance. I do something, protect him, get him to a secure location somewhere away from more potential threats. And so he instead, and that's up to him, chooses to go out and engage suspect. Now, I don't know, pause right here, if he shoots the suspect, the other guy kind of like falls down to the we'll call it the driver of the motorcycle. I don't know if he was shot at some point, if the bike was shot, why is the bike not taking off? I don't understand kind of what's going on here, but there's no context that I could find that explains that. So you have somebody shoots back at him, which maybe this is where he falls. He's hit because he's kind of like, I don't want to say limping, but he's definitely like favoring some sort of leg wound or lower wound when he's behind the tree. So he definitely does not go back out there. And I don't know how much ammo he has. If I do EP work, I've got a couple magazines and that's it. And I can't imagine this guy has any more than 15 rounds. If he has 2 mags, maybe he's got 30 at most. But he doesn't engage this guy kind of anymore. He's just standing there, right? Like I'm assuming he's out of ammo. There's no reason to just be standing there with the gun, not shooting.
Right.
That guy gets away, and then he runs after that guy. So, pretty wacky little video. Comes out of, let's see, that was Bogota, Colombia.
Did they end up catching the suspects?
I did not find any info on shooters that were caught. I found info that said he did not catch anybody, the agent, but I don't know if through ballistics and fingerprints and whatever else, maybe on a shell casing or something, they might have found somebody. I don't know. But pretty wacky little video. It brings up a lot of security talking points, a lot of EP points. If I was training EP, if I had my own school and I was training people how to do AP, this would be a huge video that I would show.
Yeah.
Because I think, and I've never seen this clip before until I ran into it online, like in the past week. So this happened supposedly February 21st of 2024. And so not that long ago, but I've never even seen it. So, yeah, I mean, again, no right or wrong. When you make a decision, law enforcement, military, security, whatever you're doing, whatever your job is, you make a decision, you got to live with it or you got to die with it.
Right.
If it's a decision that leads to your death, like Matthew running up there, dumping the backpack and he dies, he had to live with that for 10 seconds or whatever.
Right.
Right. And so I'm never going to say people are right or wrong. I'm going to say I wouldn't in any way, shape, or form, in any, definition of the word, in any of whatever, would I do it that way? You might comment and say the same thing. And we're going to show, so we've kind of done military, security, and now we're going to do a law enforcement clip here soon. You can have some good input on that one, and you're going to see, I know what you're going to say before I show it to you. And again, I'm going to just kind of caution that we don't say right or wrong, but let's talk about what we would do. And I know exactly what you are going to say, and I know exactly what I would do. This just happened March 2nd of this year, and it is in Volusia County. It is deputies that respond to the house to locate a suspect of what we would call criminal mischief. So he jumps on somebody's car, damages the car, and it's a known person to the victim because the victim was picking up the mother to take her to work or something like that.
Okay.
So they know the victim knows this person, identifies them, tells officers, hey, this is where he lives, obviously, because they just went to that house, and to go ahead and make contact because I want to file charges for criminal mischief. This goes bad quick.
Hey, Sheriff's Office, how you doing? Where you going, bud?
Oh,
Where are you going?
get away from the window.
We're going to talk about that.
Yep.
Let's knock on the window.
Yeah, okay. I know what you're going to say. Yeah. You can't see her, guys, with the eyes of saucers. Yeah, so that went bad fast. That went from, hey, how's it going, sir? Who runs inside immediately.
Right.
Doesn't
Not a clue.
doesn't barricade themselves, but definitely closes the door and does not want to be contacted by law enforcement for whatever reason. And then emerges very quickly with a handgun and fires off some rounds. We're going to watch that one more time just to show how fast he comes out of this door
Hey, Sheriff's Office, how you doing?
and immediately fires.
Where you going, bud?
So you have, apparently, one is an FTO and one is a new deputy, I think, is what I heard here.
Like they didn't even change their positions to.
Just the one camera guy. So about that fast. Now, I had heard, I did a lot of like looking online and seeing what people are saying, and there was talk that the other deputy told this guy to go. The deputy that ends up getting hit was the one that was closest to the door, and so
The one that knocked on the window.
yes.
Okay.
So he gets hit in the leg and he gets hit in the body camera.
Hmm.
The body camera round is on his chest, ricochets up into his shoulder, and it looks like possibly exits out of his arm. Because when I see other clips of him, I'm not going to show it on here because I got stupid blood and all that. There's a bullet hole on the right side of his like bicep.
Hmm.
So it looks like it kind of went through and through.
Saved by the body cam.
But saved by the body cam. And we talk about body cam placement. You know, I've constantly said I like the one on top because you're able to see more. You know, it's better to look at. But this time, the one on the chest could have saved him. I don't know the penetration on the vest he's wearing, if it would have stopped that round or what, but his shoulder didn't, and that was because it's not armored. But we're going to keep playing this clip. Here's a slow-mo. That's fast.
Yo, you good? You okay?
Very good. Nope, not really.
Look, give me a second.
So he's already got a tourniquet.
Wait,
No, it's behind you.
You got the thing?
I got a tourniquet on. Can you give me another tourniquet, please?
Yes,
Yeah, so he's already got a tourniquet on his leg.
Okay.
Maybe self-administered. There was somebody on the left there. I don't know who that was. But he's got one on his leg. This guy's going to put one on his arm. They're going to throw him in the patrol car.
Yeah,
take
that's what
him to
I'm
the
getting.
hospital to get treated at the hospital.
He's right here.
So I skipped
Okay,
quite a bit.
Yep, we need to get you out of here, though. We're gonna get.
So I skipped quite a bit because there's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blood on his leg. His arm is all bloody. You can see kind of the bullet hole through his shirt on his arm. And they throw him in the back of the car, take him to the hospital, get him out of the hospital. All this is footage that's provided, and you can see it. I've cut it all out. This officer, I think, then goes back to the scene, maybe, is what happens, because we get, it's body cam footage, but it doesn't really specify if it's the same body cam. But we're going to get video of the arrest of the suspect. And so he's going to be outside.
All right. We're going to go up
Contact
on
it back,
you.
please.
Hold it. I've got lethal. You've got hands on, all right? No te muevas. You got to go. Make contact.
So
Clear
he's
that.
getting up,
Hold on.
pretty good
Hold on.
move.
Come over here with the shield. Come over here with the shield.
Hold the car.
Come over here.
Using the shield as cover.
Hold up. Hold that.
I got them. You guys do it.
Yeah.
Cuffs on. Get up.
So we're going to hook him up and take him back to the car.
You got a good search on him? Stand up.
And then it blurs out. I don't know why, which is kind of weird. I've never seen this in a video before, but the actual body cam, they blur out the search.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I better search again. And he starts to search. It starts to blur out, and then it stays blurred for, I don't know, 30 seconds or so. Out. And then you get the helicopter view of people coming out of like the house, in the back of the house, kind of surrendering to law enforcement.
I'm kind of surprised he went so easy.
Yeah.
He
So,
shot a cop.
right. We're going to talk about that because what they did was they took him and interviewed him as one does. You know, you read him as Miranda, you ask questions, you find out what the story is, you start doing the research on it. Now, this guy's name was Luis Diaz Polanco.
Okay.
And when he was interviewed, he told the whoever's interviewing, detectives or whatever they are, I wanted to kill the officers when they show up. Like, I know they're going to come to my house and I'm going to shoot it out and kill them. He said when he ran out of ammo, like he would just keep going until he runs out of ammo. So I'm assuming he ran out of ammo. There was a lot of gunfire, and you can keep hearing boom, 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 boom as that officer's running around the house. I'm assuming he ran out of ammo. And at that point, what has he got to shoot police with? Nothing. So he probably gave up. Now, they did a search in his house. They searched his computer or phones or, electronics and whatever. And they found he searched online in February. Can I shoot someone that comes onto my property? So he was like researching what his legal rights are. I'll tell you, everybody, you cannot shoot police. That's your legal right, is you cannot shoot police. And you might disagree with why they're there or what they're doing or whatever, but
They're not trespassing.
they're not trespassing. They're not breaking into your house to commit crimes in the sense of a burglar would or home invasion kind of person. These are law enforcement officers, and you cannot shoot them.
So did he cause that initial scuffle with that lady to get cops there to shoot them?
Possibly.
Huh.
So he apparently was on meds. He wasn't taking his meds. He was having a bad day or whatever, and decided he would, go ahead and shoot it out with police.
Yeah, but if he's researching this 2 months in advance, that goes beyond just a bad day.
Yes.
You are a bad person.
That goes into the intent, and obviously you look at first degree murder versus other degrees, and that's usually the intent and planning and different things that go into first degree.
Yeah, this is somebody who has a gun who just wants to shoot somebody.
Right. And so what did we see? So they approach the front of the house. They walk up. Immediately he runs inside.
Hey, Sheriff's Office, how you doing?
He sees them, sees that they're law enforcement officers,
He's
run.
like, oh, it's my chance.
This is it. They're here. He immediately runs inside.
Where you want?
And then they
Now,
just stay there and in front of a window. They're lucky they didn't get shot through the window.
yeah, so let's talk about this spot right here. Let me back up just a hair. So you're going to see in his hand. is a
Sheriff's Office,
box.
how you doing?
I don't know if that's like a gun box or like a safe, like a gun safe. They have those little safes or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
I couldn't tell what that was.
Supposedly that's where the gun comes out of, but he may have saw law enforcement pull up and he was taking the gun out to go outside to approach them outside, and
Right.
that's why he's coming out. But then when he sees that they're already there on top of him, he went inside to get the surprise. He wanted to be able to surprise him. So he goes back
Where you want,
inside. Body camera here. He's going to change position.
Mhm.
Now, if it were me, and this is where we're getting into kind of what we see and what we would do.
Like you can see him moving back there.
Right. Yeah, they can see him. He can see this deputy that's on the camera can see the suspect through the
Yeah.
window. Does not see the gun, but sees him through there. I personally am not going to stand by the window.
No.
Whether it be the body cam deputy or this deputy that we see on the camera now, would be on either sides of the door, either sides of the window,
Mhm.
Maybe like one over here next to the window and then one on the other side of the doorway.
Right.
Now you get a crossfire, so that's bad. So maybe one out, one in, you kind of move into better positions or something like that. But I would be in a position where if they flee, one, that's a red flag.
Right. Running back into your house like that should have some major alarm bells going off.
Right. And it's not like, they were just walking to their house and we said, hey, how's it going? And they just continued to walk. He was coming out, saw police, froze, turned around, ran back inside. That's a clue.
Yeah.
So we're going to use that as a clue. And in my brain, when I'm dealing with a situation, or if I was dealing with a situation like this, I am putting my hand on my gun
Mhm.
and I'm getting into a tactical position where I can then I can knock on the window from being next to the window. I don't need to be in front of the window. I can call out into the house and kind of up things a little bit for my own protection and the other deputy.
Yeah.
And then kind of address it that way. But unfortunately, they didn't do that. And I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just saying, again, these are the decisions that they live or die with. And so this is what they chose to do, right or wrong. And this is what happened. And then the other officer. So if it were me and we're taking rounds, I'm going behind this white car.
Yeah.
Because it's the closest cover. I don't like taking rounds and running straight and continuing to run straight as rounds are being fired because I can't maneuver and I can't get to cover.
Or if he hooks the left right there at the corner of the house.
And that's what he does. So he's going to hook the left. So he hooks the left around the house. I wouldn't have, just because that's further away than that car.
It was hard to tell which one was closer. But
Yeah, I think
it
it
looked like he ran out further than he could have
back it up.
hooked it. Oh yeah, I guess the car is right there.
So the car does look closer.
Yeah.
Not by much, but it is definitely something of cover. And if this guy is shooting at you and running after you,
Mm-hmm. Serpentine.
I want bob and weave, bob and weave. I want something between us.
Yeah.
I don't want to round a corner, have no more cover down there. So he rounds the corner, and now I'm just getting shot straight ahead again. Right. So I want to book it around this white car. I want to get to cover. I want to return fire. And like I said at the kind of beginning of this is I read somewhere that the other deputy told him to go to the back because they thought he would flee out the back.
Hmm.
I don't hear that in this clip, so I don't know when that information comes out. But then he comes back out and starts doing the rendering of aid. And I don't know where this white car is. It looks like it's not the same house.
Right.
Looks like they're kind of away from it. Do you have other officers on the house? Are they still covering the house? You know, if you're shot, do you just get out of there, or do you still hold it? You know, and if it were me, and I would hope I could still fight if I'm hit. He's hitting the arm. He's hitting the shoulder. He's
Mhm.
hitting the arm. My right-handed, because you see the tasers on the left side.
Right.
So maybe he can't use his hand, and maybe he can't fight, and that's fine. So he got out of that area.
Hmm.
The other deputy doesn't sound like was hit at all, so I'm not sure. Rendering aid's great, but you also have to be aware of the situation. Where did this guy
being a
go?
danger to, like, he already shot at the cops.
Right. Where did he go?
Mm-hmm.
You know, did he go in the house? Did he go through the house? Is he in the backyard? Is he, you know, coming down the street? Is he getting to a car? Like,
Did he take a neighbor hostage?
did he shoot? Yeah, take a neighbor hostage, shoot the neighbor, whatever. I mean, we still got to make sure that we're addressing the issue, right? And so it's kind of hard when there's only two of you. And this kind of stresses the importance of, I firmly believe that every department, everywhere, should have 2 officers to every car.
Mhm.
I don't believe in this one car, you know, by themselves, especially in the counties, the kind of slow response areas, that they're going to be out there by themselves waiting for 15 minutes for somebody to show up.
At least.
Right. And that makes no sense to me. And that's not policing. That's nonsense. And so I think departments need to start doing these kind of doubled up cars, and it seemed like these 2 were doubled up because it was a training car. That may or may not be true. That's just what I read somewhere. And you know, all cars should be like that, and there should be probably 2 of them to something like this. But I mean, it started out jumping on a car,
Right. Just like a benign
right?
call.
Right. Not a gun call, not a weapon, you know, knife call, not a whatever. It wasn't even really like a mental health call that I know of. I don't know what they said when they called 911, but what do you do? How do you respond to that? So anyway, they dealt with it as best they could, and you saw they got more officers there. And actually, in this clip here, the clip I just showed, at the end of Officer Up Against the Car, another female comes over.
Mhm.
And it sounds like she's a deputy or command or something, because she's like, okay, we need to get you in a police car, and we need to do this,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we need to do that. And okay, I need this and I need that. So it sounds like she's kind of taking over. So they had more available.
Yeah.
So obviously they got there when they could get there. So the sheriff put this video out. The deputy that was shot was supposed to get out on the 4th. So we're recording on the 5th, and this will play tomorrow on the 6th. So 2 days ago when this recording goes out. So hopefully he's good. He was in good spirits. He wasn't, you know, in critical care or anything like that.
Well, and he had his tourniquet, and that's a game changer.
Huge, huge. Not only did he have a tourniquet, the other guy had a tourniquet too. So he put his on his leg, which was bleeding really bad. And then the other guy puts the tourniquet on his arm, which was also bleeding, but each one had a tourniquet.
Yeah.
And that's crucial. And even when I do executive protection work, I have multiple tourniquets. I have a bag, and in my bag, I have like 2 of those types of tourniquets. I have 2 wrap tourniquets that are just like elastic, kind of stretchy band. If you picture like the band you use at the gym, like that kind of band. And it's like 4 inches thick or something like that. 4 inches wide, I should say, not thick. And it acts like a tourniquet too, and you wrap that around. Yeah. And you can also do other things like You can hook that under somebody's arm. You can pull them. You can wrap it around a bandage to keep a bandage on.
Hmm.
You know, you can do different things with that stuff. And so I highly encourage people to have this stuff because it's crucial.
Tourniquets and Narcan. Everyone should have it.
We talked about Narcan before, and I also carry Narcan in security work. And so highly recommend Narcan, highly recommend tourniquets. They are life-saving for sure. So anything else you wanted to add on that last one?
No, I mean, what do? You have this call that seems like it's going to be benign. It's a call you've been on a million times, and it went to shit real fast.
Real fast. Yeah.
So, I mean, like the Friday morning, we've had the luxury of saying, hey, I wouldn't stand in front of that window, but, if this is a training call and who knows how long this kid's been in training, maybe it's his first call and he didn't know,
Right.
and a TO, their job is to help you through that and not really be on you right then and there, but kind of correct things as they go.
It's
And
my understanding the one shot was the senior.
okay.
I don't know. I don't know that to be true. That's just kind of what I gathered from the information. But either way,
Yeah.
You make a decision because that's the decision that
Yeah.
you've made, and maybe you've made, like you said, 100 times before for the noise complaint, for the, neighbor dispute, the minor criminal mischief,
Maybe they've been on this guy before and he's been smooth every time.
right.
You just
Maybe
never know.
he's been on his meds and now he's off of his meds.
Mhm.
So who knows? But like I said, no right or wrong. We don't do that.
Nope.
But
Just have a plan.
that's what they did. I would do different. I would hope. In the moment I would have done something different. I hope, looking 2020 view now, because that's what I get to quarterback. I get to have that 2020 vision, that hindsight. I would hope that I wouldn't do that. And I've been in these circumstances. Go to the house, shitty house. They have windows on both sides. It's like, where do you stand? Where do you go? And I just do my best to stay away from the door. And you got to still knock on the door, right? So like, if the door's in, you're going to have to go in to the little hallway, that little area, to knock on the door. Like, you're exposed no matter how you do it. And so if you remember, we were looking to buy a house and the realtor was bringing us around, showing us the house. Do you remember what I said was a no-go at the front of the house? Do you know where I'm going with this?
I don't.
So I told him I do not want to buy a house that has windows at the front by the door.
Hmm.
And that's because you can break the window, reach in and open the door
Yeah.
and get into our house. And so I think about that stuff.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at things, when I'm looking at, buying a house or approaching a house or, doing different things, like that window was, when I watched them walk up the first time and past that window, I was like, I already knew window bad.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Window
that
real bad.
window real bad. And then door, I was like, ooh, the door is like in. You have to go to it. I don't like this. I don't like this house.
And I thought when you started playing it that he was just going to start getting shot at through that window or anything.
I'm surprised he
So.
didn't. I'm surprised bad guy didn't use that surprise. He probably would have hit him more. And I think the mentality that people have is, I can't shoot through glass.
Right.
So you see,
Stop the bullet.
it's going to stop the bullet. Yeah. And that's not the case. And
Unless there's some bad guys listening that want to shoot people, then it absolutely stops.
absolutely
100%.
glass all the time.
Don't do that.
Don't shoot at glass ever with officers on the other side of it, because yes, it will stop the round for sure every time. But yeah, so those were our clips today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Explosive.
Literally, like, ship blew up, guys blew up, little tiny rounds blew up into, at the officers in the last one. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff. We can call it the explosive episode, I guess. So, final thoughts. Man, there's a lot. There's a lot. I could go another hour talking about, kind of the military, what the military's doing now. We'll have some more clips in the future of kind of current affairs, you know, Iranian stuff and different things we're seeing, because we've had this long gap of nothing going on.
Right.
We had Iraq, then Afghanistan. So it was Iraq and Afghanistan at one point. Then it kind of petered off and we pulled our troops out, and then there's like nothing going on. Then there's that Venezuela thing, but then we didn't get any footage because it was so like hush hush. And the only footage out there is like booms in a distance from citizens, you know, whatever. But now we're getting like combat footage. And so we're starting to see some more of that stuff. And I got another clip that we could show next time, and maybe even do a short version of it. So lot to say there, a lot to say with the EP video, tactics, policies, procedures, techniques, you know, different things. What do you do? What do you don't do? And that's me. What do I do or don't do? And what do viewers that watch this or listeners that listen to this, what would they do? You know, they're going to have to come up with that on their own.
But regardless of what you do, just remember, tourniquets and Narcan.
Tourniquets, Narcan. Israeli bandages are really good. They sound weird, and everybody's all like anti-Israel or whatever. But Israeli bandages is what they're called, and they're thick, big square bandages with a wrap that goes around. I have those in my bag too. So I have a bunch of stuff. I even have a tiny, you don't even think about it, but I have a tiny little oxygen tank
I know.
in my bag, so that, you know, if somebody, because we're at higher elevation, you know, somebody's having issues, or maybe they're just struggling breathing or whatever, they can pop that in and get some breaths out of it. So, all right, guys, I appreciate everybody watching, everybody listening. If you're one of those, we're going to put this out everywhere. It's going to go to YouTube in video form. It's going to go to iHeartRadio, Spotify. It should be popping up on Apple Podcasts here soon. Different locations, different ways to see and hear the podcast. And then obviously follow along with the social medias and everything else. And you're going to get all the other cool stuff that we do on a daily basis. And a lot of it's just me, because I did so many ahead that it was just me. Now there's going to be some of me and you talking about them. So appreciate you. Catch you on the next episode next week, which is going to be double-digit episode.
The Big 10.
The Big 10. Catch you on the Big 10, everybody.